They tell you that it's racist and wrong to be you. They tell you that you're privileged. Regardless of your color, they call you privileged because of your frame of mind and belief system, not because of your ethnicity. Your kids are taught that religion is evil, that religion is racist, that history is racist, that the entire American system is racist, and that if they aren't completely suffering and dependent upon the government, they're privileged. It doesn't stop there. They're taught that because they're privileged, they owe a debt to society. They owe a debt to the planet and to the universe. They're taught that in order to make the world a better place, we all, you, me, your kids, everyone, all of us, we must be forced to change if we won't go willingly. To the elites and the brainwashed, God has died and he's been replaced by social media. If God is killed by social media and progressive elites, an American Sodom and Gomorrah is a small price to pay for a generation or 2 or 3 or 10 of eternal power and wealth off the backs of the broken and brainwashed. Ladies and gentlemen, as our children's eyes are replaced by cartoon swirls and some of our friends and family members disappear into the cornfield, out-of-touch celebrities worship vanity and attention as God and Savior. Take a look at this. Oh my God, Becky, look at that. If you're listening and you're not watching, there's a picture on the screen of Madonna's 63-year-old rear end, and I think I'm going to be sick. Guys, from Breitbart. All right, from Breitbart, written by Alana Mastrangelo. All right, I hope I said that right. Mastrangelo. All right, sorry, Alana, if I didn't. Madonna, 63, grinds on Tonight Show desk, flashes butt cheeks while plugging documentary. I don't think they should keep butt cheeks and plugging in the same sentence, but hey, why not? It's Breitbart. Pop star Madonna was roasted by the Tonight Show viewers after she crawled across Jimmy Fallon's desk during Thursday's show. She flashed her buttocks to the audience before returning to her seat while Fallon freaked the F out. The 63-year-old singer was promoting her new documentary, Madame X, during an appearance on The Tonight Show, where she channeled late writer James Baldwin, stating, "Artists are here to disturb the peace." These people are out of their mind. They live in a frickin' fantasy world. Quote, "And so, I hope that I have disturbed not only your peace this afternoon, but people's peace while they watch the show. I mean that in the best way," Madonna added, to which Fallon responded by stating, "Yeah, you get in good trouble." "Good trouble," Madonna repeated, before lunging forward and salaciously climbing onto the late-night host's desk, pushing aside his coffee mug and showing off her figure as she lied there for a moment while the crowd cheered. They cheered. It's disgusting. All right. No. Why would you? Madonna, stop it, Fallon proclaimed before taking off his suit jacket and attempting to cover up the pop star, which was to no avail. Madonna then got off Fallon's desk and reassured the host that no one's going to see anything. "My God," the Grammy winner added as she turned her back towards the audience to return to her seat and lifted up her dress to expose her rear and clad in cheeky black underwear for all to see. And this is what they show our kids. This is what our kids get to see. Why? Why is that empowering for a 63-year-old woman to do that? She didn't do anything classy. She just acted like a hoe. I said it, and it's the truth. She acted like a 63-year-old hoe, begging for attention. All right? Do you think it smelled up there on stage? I'm not saying, listen, look, older people, all right? Some people, especially when they're going to fancy events when they're older, right? They use a lot of baby powder. They use a lot of cornstarch. All right. Certain people kind of have that mothball smell. And I wonder if when she jumped on the desk and flashed her butt cheeks, if Jimmy Fallon got a big whiff of that 63-year-old mothball scent and went, oh God, what are you doing? All right. Look. These people they worship vanity. They worship their cell phones, what people think of them on social media. They worship the techno god, plain and simple. All right. I just don't find that to be appropriate for a 63-year-old anybody, man or woman. All right? I just don't. Viewers watching jumped on social media and called Madonna's stunt a train wreck. And apparently, everybody else thinks that she shouldn't have done it either. Fallon, he then proceeded to behave in a frazzled manner before Madonna said, "Life is not just about interviewing kiddies, okay? Don't you want to talk to an adult? Let's have an adult conversation." Are you talking to an adult right now? Fallon asked, to which the singer said, "I'm not sure." "I feel like you're in some kind of conflict right now," Madonna told Fallon before asking, "Have you been to a therapist?" "I went once or twice," the host answered. "It just wasn't my thing." Fallon then asked Madonna if she goes to therapy, to which the pop star said she doesn't, adding that she writes and she finds the practice therapeutic. Over the summer, Madonna made a surprise appearance at a pride party in Manhattan, where she was seen lying on a bar, caressing her leg, before standing up and singing one of her hits, Hung Up. In another video, the songstress could be seen grinding on an unidentifiable object, while the crowd cheered on. Folks, I bet you that Madonna is one of the saddest people, all right, the saddest, most depressed, unhappy people you could ever meet on the planet. And I think we should all just pray for her. We should pray for her sanity, and we should pray that she finds a little bit of humility, all right, a little bit of humility and selflessness in her later years. You know, a lot of people see what Madonna did as either a publicity stunt or a sad cry for attention. But I see the bigger picture. I see the pattern. I think when you're super rich and famous for a very long time, you tend to lose touch with the streets and the struggle. That's right, the streets and the struggle. If you ever were in touch with them to begin with, that is. I told my wife the other day that if I ever became super rich and started to lose touch with reality, that she needs to tell me so I can cut myself off and put myself in a one-bedroom in a low-income neighborhood for like 6 months. That way I could get hard and humble again. I'm coming up with these one-liners all day, right? Streets and struggle, hard and humble. But that's how you have to be, folks. You have to be hard and humble to maintain and manage that success. These Hollywood elites and brainwashed liberals, they cry for rights, but they have no idea what they're actually crying out for. They say, let trans women in women's spas. What's the worst thing that could happen? And then little girls are harassed by predators. These trans women, they flash their peepees at these little girls. It happened in Los Angeles and Beverly Hills. They say put trans women in women's prisons. Well, what's the worst thing that could happen? What could happen? Then we have to pay for, as taxpayers, we have to pay for an epidemic of AIDS and pregnancy in women's prisons. What do you know? They say that little girls and boys, they shouldn't have genders. They shouldn't have rules. They shouldn't have families, at least families as we know it. These teachings have consequences, ladies and gentlemen, major consequences. Remember pole dancing? First, there was pole dancing in strip clubs. Then the liberals said that pole dancing only in a strip club was sexist, and that pole dancing could also be considered as cardio. Okay, it's to me, if it's non-sexual, do aerobics on a pole non-sexually and in non-sexual attire, and you know what? Fine, I'm okay with that. You're an adult, do it. It's fine. Aha, though. But there's a catch. There's a catch. There's always a catch with the libs. According to the woke ideology, I'm not allowed to consider any attire a woman wears as sexual without her first proclaiming that it is sexual. So therefore, I cannot consider pole dancing or pole aerobics sexual in any way whatsoever, no matter what the woman is wearing. By the way, she's not required at all to proclaim if it's sexual or not. Even saying she is a she is considered wrong in their crazy bass-ackwards ideology. It's complete bullcrap. It's complete bullcrap because it's assuming, all right, that she prefers to be a she without her telling me, which makes no sense whatsoever, all right? She's not required to tell me, so no matter what I do, I'm screwed. All right. So what's that tell us? It tells us that their ideology is complete BS. It's nonsense because they've created a completely non-disputable system. All right. It's non-disputable. If you cannot question the system, then it's not a system at all. You know what it is? It's a religion. And to the woke, their teachings are God.